Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another Slime Isekai Memories video. So, today we're gonna be doing more of a ranty-ish style video. I don't usually I don't think I've done one of these in like a long time, really. But I just wanted to talk about honestly, my frustrations with this game and why I, I'm honestly thinking about just quitting, maybe selling my account or something. Um, and one, it's partly like a personal thing, like um, like wanting to not play as many gacha games and whatever. But also another thing is I can't find the drive to play this game anymore. Because well, I have a list of things, but um, the first thing and like the biggest thing for me is honestly it's boring. I don't know how it is for you guys, and I'm not the type of person that loves or I like trying out like different tech, using different characters and stuff like that, but it really doesn't feel fun as fun in this game as it is in other games. And the the reason I say that is because it feels like, I mean, the characters are pretty straightforward. Obviously you can there's some like hidden tech with certain units or whatever. But also like there's no interesting content. This thing is loud, by the way. But there's just no interesting or challenging content in my opinion in this game. Like we get the same stuff. You could say like Heroes Jubilee is like really tough content. Tempered Edge, I guess. The beatdown battle, Inferno stages, Valor Cup, I guess, and I guess Loop Loop, right? But I don't know. To me, it really feels, this game feels so boring now. It's been the past, well, I guess since they introduced beatdown battle, it's been like 5 months ish. And even before that with Tempered Edge, there's nothing new. It's just the same stuff every month. First new characters, and then another character, plus like maybe some random like defense battle or something like that, and then the next character, and then like a couple other things, the Predator battle, and then like the monthly like food. Well, they kind of increased the food stuff, and then Heroes Jubilee, and then that's it. There's nothing else. And then the Valor Cup season, right? So to me, it really feels like the events feel so lazy. The beatdown battles are really difficult if you don't have the new units. The free-to-play units they give you, like the protectors and stuff, they're terrible. I don't know. This game in terms of content really feels like all about the characters, and I understand like the characters is like the main part of the game, right? Like you're not like, the whole point of the game is to summon for new characters and you use them in different content. The problem is with this game is that what content are you bringing them into? Like if I want to test out a character, what am I going to bring them into? Tempered Edge that I've already cleared. EX Conquest that it's like a cakewalk now. The beatdown battle, but then if I don't have other units, or like if I don't have like the new team or whatever, can I even use this new unit that I've pulled? Like where am I gonna take them into? Valor Cup? Sure, I guess, but like some characters suck for Valor Cup, right? Like some characters just aren't good in that specific game mode, and that's one of the biggest problems I have right now. Like I don't have the drive to play it. Of course, I'm like a big slime Tensei fan, right? Like I love the anime, I love the series and everything, I love the characters in it. But this game solely as a game to me is just so boring. There's nothing to do. Like you do all your daily stuff and then you like parallel process something, and that's it. Like what else am I gonna do? And that leads me into another point as well. The whole like the amount of energy that you need to spend in relation to the resources that you obtain and the amount of time it takes is completely, it's awful. So for example, the monthly pass, right? $25. If you don't pay for it, if you want to do what is it, like 120 stamina that you need for the monthly event that you parallel process every day, normally with the pass that would be an hour and 15 minutes at the most. I think it's like an hour and 15, depending on I think what level your Great Sage is at. But without it, it's almost 3 hours. So that's already 2 hours and 45 minutes. You're not like, you can't play anything except Loop Loop or Valor Cup, but even then those have stamina as well, and those aren't really, to me, they're not really fun game modes. Loop Loop is just a snooze fest, plus it lags really bad, and Valor Cup, it's like, sure, I have to place really high to just get into the ranking battle, then I have to place high in that one, and I have to do 40 battle. I'm not in the mood to play it, right? So that's already like you're already limited. So you put the game away, right? And then you come back. It's okay. It's been 3 hours. Then you log back in. You don't have much stamina because it has to refresh. You can do all your dailies, that'll give you 100, and then your hot spring will give you 40, 60, or 90, right? So that's about 200-ish, like somewhere around like 100 something to 200 stamina, right? But then you have to parallel. You're out of gold, or you're out of magicules, or you're out of the 5 ability release rocks, and you can't trade anything else for them. Okay, fair. Then you parallel process it, but you need a lot, right? If you do it every day, sure, you'll build up a little bit, but then you need to use a different character. Then what? Right? Like, anyway, you parallel process that, and then that's like a few hours, or it's like 2 hours of something, then you can't play again. If you want to play something, you need to use more stamina bottles, or you just play the regular events. And but then if you want to play those events, then you need I need to gear this character, but then I don't have enough gold, or I don't have enough of this or that. To me, it's just, for how much energy and time that it takes, why does it give me so little of the resource that I desperately need, right? Like, why is it that I run like 30 or 40 runs on the the ability release rocks, and then I get like 100 to 200, which is a decent amount, and then you pull the new EX character and it's all gone instantly, all gone. Like, okay, and then I need to parallel process something else. Okay, fine. And then I need a parallel process for something else. It's like that. I don't know. To me, it really just feels like there's a lot of resources and a lot of time that you need to spend just in order to have a lot of the resource, right? And I know a lot of people, if you're not like Joker or like me or like Whales or something, then you're not always gonna have to build a character and ability release them. But then the amount that you need for just one character is so extensive that it takes multiple runs of all your daily stamina just to fill up one aspect of the excuse me, of the other 10 that you need to focus on, right? So yeah, I don't know if I'm really explaining that properly, but just it really feels so defeating when you need this much of, let's say, the feathers or the health ornament, the health equipment. But then you parallel process what, like 20 runs or something in Conquest, because you can't do Tempered Edge. They don't allow you to do that for some reason. You have to manually run it. So you do Conquest, fine, and then you get like 6 or 7, and it's like, oh, okay, but I need like 15 to get one from 3-star to 6-star. So, you know, I need decent equipment. What am I gonna do? And then you have your friendship points and all this other stuff, but those dry away so quickly. You don't get Tempest coins that often. The friendship points, you can only get a max of 60 a day. And I mean, that does build up, but like, you know, here, let's just go to like what, the friendship shop right now? Where is it? Is it the friendship shop? If you want for something like this, like it's 12. So realistically, every day you can only get 5. Like, what is the point of that? And like, you have all of these, and these are so expensive. Like, that's already what, 500, and then this is 700, and then 400, and then these as well, and then like the Tempest coins and stuff like that. Seeds of Growth don't really like matter. And then all this other stuff too. Like, there's just so much that you need to get, like so many different currencies and stuff like that, but for some reason they're so limited. I don't know why. But next I'll go into another thing, I guess, because so far my biggest complaints, content is boring in this game. There's nothing new. The only thing they really do is add new-ish events, or like defense battle again, which is just like a snooze to like do, or like the Leon or Guy battles, like the Demon Lord battles or whatever, and then like same Heroes Jubilee and all that stuff, right? Same events, nothing new, nothing exciting, nothing super difficult, like Everest content, right? Next is the amount of stamina that you'd get, and the amount of resources that you need, and how much you get in exchange for how much energy you spend. Basically, the amount of energy you spent and the amount of time that you spend to gain certain basically most resources, like ability release characters or craft gear and stuff like that, is so minuscule that it's like not even worth your time. Obviously you need to do it, right? But like the drop rates and stuff like that is so low that it just feels like a slap in the face. And next, I think my next problem is related to characters. So for me, in my opinion, it is really, really hard to catch up on metas, especially if you're new or free to play. I know, like, for like older players, or like veteran players, quote unquote, it's been about like a year and a half, like a little bit over a year and a half, almost 2 years. But like, it's really easy to clear like Heroes Jubilee and stuff like that, because at this point you've mostly had like a lot of the decent characters, right? Or maybe you don't have like specific metas or whatever, but like you can substitute. But then like, if you're a newer player, or if you're free to play, like how can you ever dream of even getting close to those, to like being able to compete or whatever, right? You have like the old meta, like so far it's caught up to is it Earth 2.0, which isn't bad. Like Hero is really good. The Water 2.0 units are decent. The Light 2.0 units are still pretty decent. The Earth 2.0 is kind of meh. And then like all the units before that are just kind of meh, right? They're okay. They can be used, but like the power creep in terms of like the new EX characters, like they do way more damage. Like they have special abilities, their traits are better, their abilities or their kits are just overall better. And if you're a new player or if you're free to play, you usually want to wait till like the anniversary or like something big, right? Like the big celebrations, because usually that's when the best units come out. But like, even if you get those units, you don't have like Frey, right? The World of Fantasy. I know the banner is gonna rerun soon, but like you don't have those units, and then you want to try and compete in Heroes Jubilee, and you can't. Like, you can't clear it because you need a specific team, but like you have no way of getting access to that team. Sure, they give you tickets and stuff like that. The rates are actually pretty decent, but like, in order for you to catch up on like metas or like get like very specific like good units, it is extremely difficult. Even more so, and I think it's even worse in like this game compared to something like, I don't know, like Dokkan, I guess, or something like that, or like Epic 7, for example, where, well, Epic 7 is very like free to play friendly, and they do give you like options, and it makes it easier to summon, and you do have access to most characters, just generally overall, right? But for something like Dokkan, right, like, yeah, if I like the 8th anniversary units, I'm not gonna get access to them till like I don't know, 6 months from now or something like that, since let's say I didn't pull any of them, right? But then at least like within the 6 months, when the new banner comes back, I can get them with the red coins, right? I have some currency to catch me up, and I can like get this unit, even if it's just like the basic, like no dupes or anything like that. I still have the character, right? I can still guarantee myself the character. But then in this game, right, like you have no way of guaranteeing yourself that character unless you spend money, unless you summon on those banners. And then like they've been doing ones where they do add like newer characters, right? Like the like last month, for example, they reran the Shizue, like the EX Shizue, which I think was the first time they had an EX character come back on like a new meta banner. But like the rates are low. How often is that are you really gonna get those characters, right? And I mean, you could go up to Pity, but Pity is so expensive, it's 6,000 crystals. Or if it's a protection unit, it's 9,000, right? And it doesn't really give you that many crystals every day. So yeah, that's another thing. It's so difficult without spending money to catch up, to compete. Like if you don't have a certain type of unit, it gets very difficult, especially if you want to get in like those higher ranks and stuff like that, or like especially something like Heroes Jubilee, where you can only complete it with a certain type of team, or certain type of teams, which usually often involve the newer units, not necessarily the new meta, but like, or like the newest meta for the month, but also like last month or 2 months before that, right? Like it has to be cleared like with those characters, or at least one of them, otherwise you're gonna get like just a really, really bad score. And like I've had to deal with that, like when I took my breaks from this game, because I was already feeling like bored with it. Like it gets really hard to catch up. And like you can try and place as high as you can, but like sometimes you just can't catch up. And you'll never know when you can get like other units. For example, I have a copy of the Light Raphael Rimuru from Light 3.0, which was like the New Year's-esque, or like with the like the Amaterasu kind of garb that Rimuru was wearing. That character came out in what, like February or something like that, and right now it's almost September, and I have no way of guaranteeing when I'm ever gonna get that unit. And like that unit whenever they have like Heroes Jubilee, the score that you can get for that stage is like, you can get like, I don't know, is it like 1,000,000 or something like that? Just a really, really high score with that Raphael Rimuru. But if you don't have that character, you get like 100,000 or something, or like 200,000. The amount of damage that you can do is just like Raphael could just do 10 times that, right? So you see all these characters, if you happen to get lucky, or if you summoned, or if you spent money, you could get a really, really good score on your Heroes Jubilee. Maybe get top or point like 5%, 0.1%, or something like that. But then if you don't have it, you can only clear the stage with like I don't know, like another light single target unit. But then the damage that you get, even like I've tried to experiment like with the light luminous, with light Xion and stuff like that. Like I've tried like all the stacking, stunning them, and then like the pierce, right? So because then the Shuna stacks stun strike and pierce power, and your damage, my damage is like 1/10 of what light Rimuru can do. So that's just a very specific example, but like, how can newer players or free-to-play players even hope to get a good score on that stage? It's just like almost impossible to like compete, and that's like one of my main problems with this game, is it's so difficult to catch up, and like so hard to get the new units that are really good, or like, you know, you just need to skip this because like you're free to play, and then you get the anniversary characters. And don't even get me started on the anniversary characters, because sometimes they're good, like Hero, and sometimes they're like mediocre, or like just whatever, or like decent, like I guess like what, Dark 2.0, like they're good, but like the main highlight unit, like the Rimuru with the special effect and stuff, he's just kind of whatever, right? So imagine if you spent all your money on that, or like all your crystals on that, and then like a couple months later or something, like the new EX meta comes out and you have no crystals to spend, right? So it's really difficult to like know who's gonna be good, who's gonna be bad, and to save and catch up if you make that mistake, if you get unlucky, and stuff like that. So another little ick that I had was that this month's units were really, really disappointing. And I think this is the first time where I felt like these characters just are real, like who let them cook, right? Like who put them in the kitchen and let the intern cook, right? Who let the intern be the chef for the month? Because I mean, animations were really good, like the visuals and the art and stuff like that were really good. But kit wise, like Trainee is decent. I think the Milim is pretty decent too. Jizue is okay. And then the new Luminous and the new Hinata are both kind of whatever. Like they just feel so disappointing, especially the new Luminous. Like she really feels like, why would I ever use this character ever? And that was like a little ick with me, like that kind of dragged down further, like, do I really want to play this game right now? Like the new units just don't feel that great to use. And I mean, I don't even have the new Milim, right? So yeah, I guess sure, the packs are also just stupidly expensive. I don't know why it's $80 for a tenth of the crystals that you need for pity. So if you have to use money to get from like 0 crystals or less than 1,000 to 6,000 for pity for a normal character, it's like what, $480 or something like that. And then if you need to go to the pity for a protection unit and you have no crystals, that's $720 if you need to pity. Like, it's so ridiculous. Like the prices are so egregious. I don't, they're ridiculous. I don't know why they make it like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I really like I've just been feeling, and I know I've taken like some breaks and stuff like that, but like this is like it's really like at the point where like why do I even want to play this game? Like I like the lore, right? I like the characters, the designs and stuff like that they do, but like there's nothing for me to do in this game. Conquest, like EX Conquest, all done. Tempered Edge, I mean, like, sure, I could do it, but like it's not like that challenging, and also it doesn't feel like exciting new content. And I mean, I'm kind of like I'm not like even in the same, and I keep using Dokkan as an example because it's very similar to this game in the way that it's only PvE. But like even in Dokkan, right? Like I don't always play the game 24/7. You know, I do other things. But at least in Dokkan, right? Like sometimes like it's just a game I can just pull up and then just play or whatever. Not really think too much. But then this game, or like if I want to like do like like really late game content or whatever, like difficult content, then like at least it's like I am able to play it and have fun. But then this game, like no stakes are being raised. We just get the same monthly events. It feels like the producers really don't like they just focus on characters, which is fine, but like there's so many problems in this game. Like fix the resource management, fix the stamina management, fix your other game modes like Loop Loop and Valor Cup. Like to me they're boring. Like they're so boring. And then what else? Like add new content in the game, you know? Don't just rerun the same stuff monthly every single time and expect people to just have fun with it. And make the content like you can make it hard, but don't make it so restricted where you need the new characters to beat it, otherwise it's almost impossible. Like, or it's like you need to cheese your way through it or something like that, right? Like don't take making events hard as making them very restricted. But yeah, that's pretty much that's like that's all my points that I had. I'm sorry that like I haven't uploaded in like a few days, like 5 days or something, and I come back with a really negative video. But that's just how I've been feeling. Like this game just feels like a slog to me for me to like even log in, or like even play for that matter. And yeah, I'm honestly thinking about just like not like playing this game and like focusing on making like the other content that I mean I've always talked about, but I haven't done yet, right? So yeah, it's just like I like keeping up with games, but like for me to really put all my time into like a game like this, for example, I can't do it. There's just too many issues for me to like keep playing it, and I don't want to make videos that like I don't want to make, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to like make videos like, oh, here's like Conquest, like the new Valor Cup Conquest, and then it's like, well, you just bring in like a decent team or whatever and you complete it, right? Or like I don't want to make a video where you like it's something that I don't want to make but I have to, you know, and so it gets like really boring, or like I don't have the energy like I would if I was doing something that I would want to. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna end the rant here. If you've watched to the end, then dang, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below, and let me know if you guys have the same gripes, or like what, like maybe my perspective is very different from someone else's perspective, right? So like let me know down below if like maybe it's better than I think, or if you have similar thoughts and opinions. I definitely want to hear it from you guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.